Okay, you guys, the historical significance on this place is that Papa's in Barkley used to be one of the biggest rosin competitors to us in the state. And it looks like now it's an abandoned RV park. This was the dispensary though. It was like a dispensary. I think they had a cafe, a little store. It's huge. This was the back side. This was the actual dispensary. They even still have the front there. Let's go just take a quick look. This one is not a planned closed dispensary visit, but it is one that I want to show you guys. It is one Humboldt, the whole Humboldt Triangle County area up here is one of the areas where a lot of people came up to grow cannabis in the past, and you can watch all of the weed wars and the hippie hill and everything up here. There are a lot of documentaries and videos on it. There are also people living in this RV park that I see, but as long as he doesn't bother me, I won't bother him. I see him coming out of his RV, but I don't think he's gonna come up to me. I'm gonna get my video anyway because this is an abandoned parking lot. But the significance on this place is Papa and Barkley used to be one of the top competitors in the wellness and rosin lines in California. And that's why they were able to have this whole dispensary, and they had a manufacturing facility and everything up here. I think they do still go small scale, and now they're delivered through Mammoth, which is heavy hitters. But just a little overview. I want to show you guys. We're going to go back onto the history of this place, take a little look. I'm going to walk right up there and show you guys the window and what's left, because I know there are a few people who want to know the history. These places are places that not everyone gets to go to. I didn't get to go into here. I could have before it closed, but I didn't get the chance to, and that's why I'm really trying to record and document all of the places I go to and include some of the dispensaries so you guys can see them. And a place like this place was huge. It is worth you guys seeing the history, even if it's closed, just so you can understand the movement of cannabis. And I'm hoping one day someone really pieces the history together. I know I try to as much as I can, but someone who's not in the industry, who just has time to sit down and piece all of these open and closed dispensaries in the history, that could be its own series and channel just on itself. Okay, so because there is a guy there, I doubt he's actual maintenance. I just saw him putting on his shoes and clothes, so I'm not even gonna lie. But this used to be a Kmart building, and as we all know, if you look up the Kmart series, everyone has videos of those are all closed or closing. I think all are closed. But here's a little sign for it. This is what they have left for us to read. Papa and Barkley. Humboldt Social and Papa and Barkley created an innovative destination dispensary and spa with a Papa and Barkley company store. At this time, we have jointly chosen to discontinue this location's operation. Papa and Barkley's world-class cannabis products are available at these dispensaries. So you can go to Eureka, Arcata, McKinleyville, Eureka, and Arcata. They just show them all. I guess they're showing different product lines as well. So there's different things you could still find. And I have to check that all of these are open. I don't know if Satori Wellness is still just running their own thing. Looks like someone tried to deliver here too at UPS. How would they know? Like, clearly no one's here. But this is what's left of it. So this was the dispensary check-in. There were the shelves. You can see the standard design of a dispensary in here. It looks like they were gonna start taking this down in a way, but they haven't fully removed all the signs yet. But the inside is bare, so it's obvious that there's no coming back right now from this. And they were taking up a giant Kmart, as you guys can see over here. So this was a very big place to take up property for in the first place. So I'm not that shocked that this would be difficult, especially up here in Eureka, because it's going to be a lot harder to get 100,000 people to consistently come through your dispensary when, as you can see, we have in just Eureka, EcoCan, Glow Global, there's Zen, Proper Wellness. There are way more places than that, like High Tide. We have the Gondry up here. We have Fireplace Arcata, which those two aren't listed up here, but you can find Collian Community there. And then there's also Pacific Paradise, and then the Satori Wellness store. I'm going to check if that's there. I'm 50-50 on if it's there or not, because the brand I don't think really exists that much anymore. They used to do mints, but once Pro Tabs came in, and pro tabs had a lot of different options, plus the hash tabs, it just kind of made certain things obsolete. And that's the history of business through the time. That's no hate. I feel like I have to say this in every single video, but when I talk about these brands, this is not hate. This is reality of sales and getting out there and being a public brand and choosing where do you want to put your money towards. Do you want a giant Kmart building that turns into a manufacturing and distro facility, which doesn't sound that bad in the first place, but it's just something for people to see. So I'm gonna leave my car here and I'm just gonna do a little walk right up this way. So we're walking now on what was a Kmart. So I'm sure there are people. Why do I look like that? It's the sun. So this was a Kmart. So there are going to be some people who probably come up here for the abandoned Kmart part, but then it turned into the Papa and Barkley spa and dispensary and wellness and distro and manufacturing center as well. Let's see on these windows if you can see anything or if it's blacked out. Nope, you can see. Let's show you guys. Okay, so this is inside the left side. It's really gutted. You can even see right through those two right doors over there. It's gutted back there. This whole place has just been emptied out. And I always like to check because sometimes you can see, hey, is there hope for it opening back up again? What's going on? But for this to ever turn into something again in the future, it would need so much work to even make it happen. It's just such a big area. Look at this. And the Bayshore Mall, which is like the new shopping center with the Walmart, the Target, is just right over there. So it just made this whole area just pretty obsolete. I know some people are just here to maybe see the Kmart closing and the building of it. This was the Eureka Kmart that closed in early October of 2017. This was not just a regular Kmart. It was a big Kmart. A big Kmart meant that it focused on home fashion, children's apparel, and consumables, the pantry. So that's when they added in more of the food and the grocery store style shelves that you saw in later years. Update insert. Satori Wellness in McKinleyville is still open, which makes sense because it is the first medical and recreational dispensary out there. And usually when you have a little bit less competition, it's not the most impossible thing to open up. But this Papa's in Barkley, I was just looking through some of the news articles as I was reading, and I wanted to talk to you guys about it. They took over the old Kmart that was here, as I had showed you guys the building, and you will see throughout this video when I talk about it. But I think what happened was they were on the height of when everyone was doing well in 2013 to like 2019. Those were some of the best years for actually making revenue in cannabis. That was before all the crazy tax laws and regulations starting coming into place and all the compliance and testing. It was a little bit easier back then, even though it was also stricter at the same time. There's pros and cons to every era. Once again, thanks to the Lost Coast Outpost up in Humboldt, we do have a little bit of information on what happened with this location. The headline that they wrote for the article was Papa and Barkley to merge with LA-based cannabis distribution company amid industry challenges. Papa and Barkley is merging with Mammoth Distribution, a distribution company headquartered in Los Angeles. The Eureka-based cannabis company is in the process of consolidating its distribution operations with the Southern California company, though the production side of its facilities is expected to stay local for the foreseeable future. The cannabis industry has been very tough for several years now. Michael Kraft, Papa and Barkley's Compliance and Government Affairs Officer, told the Outpost in a recent phone interview. We have been looking at potential merger partners for the last year, and one of the things that was really important to us is that the brand carries on and that there will be a real emphasis on quality. We wanted good humans, and we think we found that with Mammoth. Papa and Barkley emerged as a prominent player in the local cannabis wellness sector shortly after the company was founded by Adam Grossman and Guy Rocourt in 2016. The company swelled in the ensuing years and expanded its production facilities to the old Kmart building on Broadway, and in partnership with the folks at Humboldt Social, launched Papa and Barkley Social, a local curated cannabis dispensary, consumption lounge, and spa. However, the dispensary closed a few months back. So this is the history, kind of really a quick overview on it. Was started in 2016. They ended up growing, partnered with Humboldt Social, launched Papa and Barkley Social, which had the dispensary, lounge, and the spa. And now they're at where Mammoth, which is the distributor for one of the biggest distillate pen brands, which is Heavy Hitters, is now doing their distribution. All of this is public information on the mammoth.org website, which is the Mammoth distribution website. So they do their Heavy Hitters products, which has expanded to their gummies and pre-rolls and live rosin pods, and I think they have some diamond AIOs as well and pens. But they also do distribute Almora, Papa and Barkley, 710 Labs, Lift Tickets, Surplus, Beardbro Farms, and Hire. I think these business matters should be talked about. I am just giving you guys a little bit of the business talk and what's going on based on what I'm seeing. I have said I cannot talk for Papa's and Barkley. That is not for me to say, but I am giving you guys what I see so you guys can see what's going on and also have a little understanding about this industry, and not just from the point of view of me or Collier community, but seeing physically what happened and what's going on so people understand. It is a very, very heavy regulated industry in California. Some places have higher up to 33-34% out the door, which is a lot of tax money to have to stress and worry about on every single dollar. And for brands having to pay for manufacturing and production and testing and compliance and making sure everything is perfect so that when it's sold in a store, it meets every requirement and level that is needed. It is a lot of work, and not every single brand can or will keep up with that throughout the years, and that's the reality of it. Again, this doesn't mean any hate on any brand. Everyone has the chance to survive and figure out what to do or merge or be together with another group or help someone out, but it really just depends on, one, how much realistic work you can put in and do to it, and two, how far you're into it. This building was a big building. It was a lot to keep up. So to keep a distro, a spa, a wellness center, all of that running just by itself up here is not the easiest thing. And that's why it made sense for Papa's and Barkley to make a decision and merge with Mammoth Distro at that time. So that way they can still keep the brand running and going, even if not all the storefronts are alive and running, and keep the memories of the brand going and try to keep the products that everyone loves out there on the shelves. That's the point of it. So I hope you guys enjoy this little tiny talk about Papa's and Barkley's. I thought it was well deserved to have a video of it, since they were a brand that was prominent and came up and had good quality products when they were running around at their height. And I thought they deserved to have a little shout out and video attention here. Thank you guys so much for watching this video about Papa's and Barkley and this closed dispensary. If there's any other dispensaries you guys want me to visit, any other closed stores you want me to check out, let me know. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.